Hey everybody. I got up today like about 1 a.m. As you know, I went to bed early. I really did. But I don't know why I'm up, getting up in the middle of the night. You know, I don't know if it's that he's working nights and getting up. I don't know what kind of strange energy is going on there. But I plan on running up to my center here in a second and taking them some things, and I'm doing a little work, um, catching up on some stuff, doing some schedules, some menus, and stuff like that. But I woke up with something on my mind, and it basically was runners. You know, everybody is running from something, whether we want to admit it or not. Some of us is running for no reason. Me myself, because like I said, I'm gonna talk about me before I talk about anybody else. I'm sorry, I'm in my gown. um but me, I was running for a reason, most of the time I'm running towards an opportunity or investment, like David is running towards the giant. And I was missing that when I was in this relationship. Because although I was doing certain things, I felt like I was just stagnant and standing still and not reaching my full potential. And I was really missing it. And out of all the things that I have ran to, it seems to be the relationship that gets me in trouble. Everything else that I run to don't so much get me in trouble, but running into a relationship because um, I want a relationship. It's not that I need one. It's not that I need a man. If I choose you, it's because I want you. And running into that relationship, I trust in. If I haven't started trusting you all the way in the beginning, eventually I build that trust to where I'm trusting you with my heart, and I'm trusting you with my spirit. I'm trusting you with my soul. I'm trusting you with all that I am. And I know sometimes it might not even seem that way, but that's what I'm doing. And because of that, um, certain things happen that could make you bitter, that can make you evil, that can make you not want to trust again, that could, potentially change you as a person. And the hardest part is not letting it, to still stay your authentic self. And most of the time, that's what I choose to do. Um, I'm a giver. When I love hard. Um, and I choose to keep doing it that way because I don't want to change me. You know, I want to, let me take that back. I want to change me, but I don't want to change me for the worse. I want to change me for the better. And I have to choose the most high. Whenever I'm going through a situation that I feel like is going to bog me down, make me not perform the way that I should perform, I bury myself in the most high, because I know He's never going to let me down. He is going to protect my heart. He is going to take care of me. He is going to give me that strength when I'm weak. And I'm telling you, this time, it took everything in me to reach that level. And when I reached that level, my feet was on the ground and running, because I'm a runner. I like to run to things. I don't run away from things. I like to try to solve my problems, try to work them out. If I'm in a relationship with somebody, my kid's father, I was in a relationship with him for almost 20 years, um, and we had our ups and downs. We fought about stuff. We didn't have too many arguments. I got to take that back because me and him, we used to just sit down and talk about it and try to figure it out, and try to make it work. And not so much as for the children, but for us because we knew that we loved each other and we knew that we wasn't going anywhere. So why even fake like we're going somewhere? I remember one time I got so mad at him and I actually put him out. And this man would not give up on me, y'all. He would not. He just kept coming by. He just kept, being persistent. And he just made it clear like, I won't back in. I'm not giving up on you like that. And I'm not going to allow you to give up on me like that. He was like, this is worth fighting for. This is something that I want. And I was headstrong. I mean, it might have took him a few months to get through to me, but he got through to me. And I'm like, you know, there's nobody else out there that I want to be with for real. There's nobody out there that I would rather struggle with for real. Um, yeah, he had his flaws. I had mine, but we both made a conscious decision to stay together and work it out. And that's what we did. We stayed together and worked it out. Now, will I ever find that again? Probably not. I thought I had found it in my ex, but he proved me wrong. And there's nothing I can do about that, but just accept it and move on. Um, That's my biggest problem is running to men that don't know my worth and don't see the value in me, that don't know that I'm the type of person that's in it for the long haul and I'm not going to give up on you. You know, some men call it crazy, but it's not because eventually, if you keep telling me no, 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 I'm going to accept that no. You know, I'm gonna accept that no, and then I'm gonna move forward. Cause there's nothing else I can do. There's nothing. I mean, what else can I do? You know. And then some people don't realize that when you pray to God for certain things, He might send that thing to you in a person. You praying to God for stability. You praying to God that you have a better life and that you make more money and that you do all these things. But he might put a person in your life that has that stability, that is making that, the more money, that can give you all the things that you're praying for. But guess what we do? Wait a minute, I'm like I said, talk about me before I talk about somebody else. But guess what my black self would do? Push that person away, you know, because I'm scared, because, the last man treated me like this and I don't want to be treated like this again. The last man cheated on me and I don't want to be cheated on no more. The last man tried to put his hands on me and I don't want you to put your hands on me. So I keep my distance. The last man did whatever the hell he wanted to do when he wanted to do, stayed out with his friends all late and did all kind of crazy stuff. And the person that God brings to you don't know that all these things are triggers for you because you haven't even expressed it. That, okay, this is a trigger for me. You taking me back to a place where I don't want to be. And it's vice versa, because we can be doing things that is a trigger for them and we don't even know it. And So they start acting a certain type of way. I can tell you this, with my ex, I know exactly where it went wrong at. And it went wrong when I answered that jail call from my ex husband, and he wanted me to call his daughter so that he could talk to his daughter because he didn't have his daughter's number. What I should have done is I should have said, not answered that call, and I should have told my ex that this man was calling me and asked him if I can answer that call. And I should have done that in front of him where he knows that this guy, my ex-husband, don't mean anything to me anymore, and that he was the person that I'm focused on. I should have let my ex know that he was the one that I was focused on. He was the one that I'm in love with. That he was the one that I treasure, but I didn't. Me being headstrong, me being stupid, whatever I want to call it, I didn't do it. And that was my mistake. Ever since that day, he treated me different. And I felt it. I didn't say nothing about it. He kept throwing it up in my face, which hurt it because I knew how I felt. I knew how I felt about my ex husband, and I knew how I felt about him. And I didn't let him know that my ex husband didn't stand a chance in hell with me, even if me and Thomas broke up. My ex-husband is still doing the same stupid stuff that he's doing. I could have easily went back to him, but I refused to go back to him because I don't have no feelings for him. And I'm not going to go back to somebody that I don't have no feelings for, trying to rekindle something with that I know that is not for me. The Most High has shown me that this person is not for me because he put a better person in my life. Why would I go from better back to worse? I'm not doing it. And kudos to anybody that does because I'm not doing it. But what I'm learning is that I can't keep pushing the people that I know God, the Most High, is put in my life and expect Him to keep putting these people in my life when I'm pushing them away. Because one thing about it, and y'all can really relate to this, it's just like your children. If you keep giving them something and they keep breaking it, you're not going to buy it again. If you keep telling them something and they keep doing it, you're going to whoop them. It's a lesson learned. And a lot of people don't understand that God treats us like his children. The Most High, he is our Father. And we have to believe that he is steering us the right way. So if he keeps putting this man in my life that's giving me everything, that's doing what I want him to do, he's working, coming home, he is paying what he can, he's doing the best that he can, and I don't recognize it, and I'm still asking him for stuff, you know, I made this man feel like he wasn't enough, and that was my fault. A lot of times we as women don't like to own up to what we did wrong in a relationship. This man was showing up for me. He was showing up for me. And I made him feel like he wasn't enough when I knew that he was. He was everything that I prayed for. Everything that I asked God for, God gave it to me in him. He changed his whole life to be that man for me. And still, I treated him like he wasn't enough. And that's my truth. I'm going to stand in it. I'm going to walk in it. You can ask all my family members. I mean, like Christmas, he bought me this white robe, and I don't wear it often because it really didn't fit me, but now it fits me. So I've been wearing it. But I remember we went to my niece's house and it was snowing outside, and this when my knee wasn't so good. And so when we got there, everybody knew I had pulled up and they hadn't seen me in a while, you know? But when we got there, he was like, wait, 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 don't get out the car yet. And so he goes to my side of the car. He gets me out. He puts, you know, his arms around me and he walks me up the stairs. And everybody just looking at him, you know. Everybody was like, dang, where did you get this man from? And I told him straight out, God sent it to me. I told him straight out, God sent it to me. You know, I mean, I know he don't think that I remember all the things that he did for me, and I know he feels like maybe I took him for granted, but I didn't. I appreciate every last one of them. Every last one of them. I appreciate the fact that when it's raining outside, he makes sure I have an umbrella. Um, when he thinks that I'm having a hard day walking, he get on me about the cane or the walker, the crutches, something. You know, um, when we first got together, it was this thing he used to do, and that's when we get out the car, and he would just walk in front of the car and wait for me to get there, and then he would walk with me to the front door just to make sure I wouldn't fall. You know, I remember all these things and I hold these things dear to my heart, but I didn't let him know that I remember these things, you know? I didn't let him know that I appreciate all the gifts that he bought. You know, sometimes I would be feeling bad and he didn't even know, and then I look up, he's walking through the door with the gift. And then you know, he took a picture of some things that he had bought me to put in the yard, but he didn't know that I was just waiting until I moved to put them in my new yard. You know, I seen him on the porch, and you know, he would buy things like I like, because you know, I like butterflies and I like hearts. And so when he seen stuff like that, he would pick it up for me. Like this hustle sign, I can tell you exactly why this man bought this hustle sign. He bought this hustle sign because that's what he sees me do. He sees me get up every morning, the first, you know, which I should. I didn't make his coffee every morning, and I should have. You know, just a little simple push of the button, and I would forget. Oh, my camera changed. Let me fix that. Yeah, just a little push of the button, and I didn't do that, you know. But he watched me get up every morning. We say our love yous, our good mornings, most of the time. Sometimes I would forget, and he would get an attitude, but because I wasn't used to doing that. But you know, once I got accustomed to it, I mean, even if I was upset at him, I would say it, you know. Um, a lot of stuff could have been prevented had we both not been so stubborn. I'm not gonna put it all on myself because there was mornings where he was in his little funk and I didn't know what was going on with him. But instead of us pulling apart, we should have gravitated more to each other and should have been like, hey, we're gonna work this out. We in it for the long haul. And for the most part, that's how we were, you know, trying to work it out. I just never thought that I would lose him. And he probably thought that he would never lose me. That's the kind of pull that we had towards each other. And even still, I don't know if he's still feeling me, but I still feel this man. Um, I still feel him when he's upset. I still feel him when something is going wrong. And even though when he was in the house, you know, I didn't say nothing to him when he was going through it, but I could feel his energy when something was wrong with him. And I used to ask him if he was okay, but he said it was irritating him. And I guess that was probably because he didn't want me to know something was wrong. Because men, they do hide their feelings. And, they keep them bottled up inside until um, they have that breakdown. Right now, I mean, for 3 months, I haven't known where this man was, what he was doing, if he is okay, if everything was all right with him. Well, let me take that back because sometimes I know things are not okay because I can feel him. But for the most part, I haven't known where he's been or what he was doing. Don't know if he's still going to the casino. Don't know if he went to work that day. Don't know if went fishing or. And then to be accused of knowing where he was, that hurts even more because um, I'm not crying because I'm sad, y'all. I'm just crying. I don't know. I don't know why I'm crying. Maybe it's that feeling again. Who knows? But sometimes it comes over me. But just the not knowing if he's doing all right, not knowing if TJ is okay. Um, Neve, I don't even know if you know it. Me and her used to have talks. And right now, I'm so scared to approach her because I don't want him to think that I'm trying to use Neve to get back at him, and I'm not, and that's not my thing. Um, I want Neve to come to my party. I think she would have fun, and I need somebody to work at my thrift store. But I'm scared to approach her because he told me to stay out of his life, and that is his life. So I'm trying to honor his wishes. I'm trying to do right by him, even though I feel like he hasn't done right by me um, with some of the stuff he did and said. And I just wish he would. Um, Even if we don't get back together, I just wish he would own up to it, um, and not be so scared and not think that I'm just going to smash out on him or, just, I don't know. But getting back to the important stuff, and again, I'm going to say we just can't keep pushing away what God is bringing towards us. If we do, He's going to stop bringing it to us, and the next man, like I said, be it my ex, be it another ex, or be it somebody new, um, I'm not gonna push him away, but I'm gonna stand still long enough for God to make the Most High to make that decision to bring him towards me. I'm not gonna run to a relationship this time. I'm not gonna try to jump in anything real quick because that is my problem. That's what I've been doing wrong, and I have to stop it. You know, um, I'm not jumping into nothing. The only thing I'm jumping into is a business opportunity or investment. I'm gonna make this money, okay? because God is sure bringing in my way. Um, like I said, I got the lawn service just up, ready to go. The trucking company is going. I'm using two of my trucks now instead of one. And I think I'm going to have my house paid off in like a year or two at the rate that I'm going because the money from the trucking company, I'm just going to make payments on the house. And if I keep doing that, I'll have the house paid for. Um, I'm going to go get the new car. Yep. And these are all the things that me and him was supposed to do together. But I'm not gonna stop. I'm not gonna change my plans. He might very well have changed his, but I'm not gonna change mine. So I'm gonna go ahead and stick with them. These are plans that I made when I was with him, because he kept looking at this truck. Every time he seen this truck, his eyes would just light up. Um, that's one thing I used to love about him. You know, I was looking through our pictures yesterday, and every picture that we took together, he has got this big, Gandhi ass smile on his face. Like the world is just right with him, you know? And these were pictures that were in the beginning. And, I mean, some of the pictures afterwards, he still had the smile, but I could see his eyes, you know? And he wasn't as happy as he was when we first got together. That's all I'm gonna say. I know he wasn't, and that was my fault because I should have made him happy. Everybody talks about um, your happiness is your own and you control it. Yeah, that's true to a certain extent, but God, the Most High, will put people in your life to make that joy just a little bit brighter, and He did that for me. Did that for me. You know, I remember when we first got together, we went to it's a pizza shop on 291. I don't even know if he remembered taking me there, but I remember us going, and it was nice. I've never been there, and that was his thing to take me places that I'd never been because I was cooped up in the house watching children all the time, making sure I see different movies that I haven't seen before. Um, we watched so many movies together. I can't even name them all. But that was another one of our things, you know. Just all the laughing and the talking we did, you know. I miss it. I do, but oh well. He's on to the next already. He done moved on. Um, I'm not so in a hurry to move on. You know, it would be an insult to him for me to move on with another guy, knowing that I'm still in love with him. Whether I choose to take him back or not, I'm still in love with him. You know, I'm still crazy about him, all that. And I'm not afraid to admit it because this man has put an imprint on my heart that is hard to get off. He was that combination where he reminded me of my brother and my kid's father. He was just his own unique person, but in a way, he still reminded me of them. And that was That was the crazy part.